begins with a single raindrop. High in the mist-draped forests of Mount Kenya, at the very crown of this great nation, water gathers. It seeps through roots older than memory, filters through dark forest soils, and finds its way into streams that carve the highlands, feeding rivers that have known civilizations for thousands of years. Follow the water far enough, past the savannas, past the farms and villages, past the last acacia and the final mangrove, and you'll arrive at the same place it has always been going: the Indian Ocean.
The rest of forests are intrinsically connected with the ocean. And there is sort of a pipeline that connects the services from the terrestrial forests all the way up to the mangrove and the oceans.
The health of this vast and ancient sea and the lives of all who depend on it is inseparable from the condition of Kenya's forests. What we do on land echoes in the deep. This is the story that the Kenya Forest Service brings to the world's attention here at the Our Oceans Conference, June 2026. It is a story of forests and oceans, of rivers and reefs, of communities and the generations to come. And it is a story in which Kenya has a critical and hopeful role to play. Established under the Forest Act of 2005, the Kenya Forest Service is the government institution mandated to protect, conserve, and manage all public and community forests across Kenya. Our mandate is clear: to sustainably manage over 1.7 million hectares of gazetted forest land, and to do so in partnership with communities, the private sector, and the global conservation family. The Kenya Forest Service manages 7 of the country's most critical water towers: the Aberdares, Mount Kenya, the Mau Forest Complex, the Chorongani Hills, Mount Elgon, the Tugen Hills, the Lorogi Plateau. Together, these forests are the source of over 70% of Kenya's freshwater resources. To understand the connection between forests and oceans, one must think like water. Kenya's great rivers, the Tana, the Galana Athi, the Sabaki, carry the signature of the forest from which they are born. When these forests are healthy, the water arriving in the coast is clean. It flows regular, its sediment load manageable. Coastal ecosystems, coral reefs, seagrass beds, estuaries thrive in these conditions. Deforestation upstream is marine pollution downstream. It is that direct, it is that consequential. Where the land meets the Indian Ocean along Kenya's 536 kilometers coastline, an extraordinary ecosystem stands guard: the mangrove forests. And they perform functions that no engineering structure can replicate.
The forest cover in coast is slightly above 1 million, out of which mangroves covers around 67,000 to 71 hectares, distributed in 5 coastal counties, that is Kware, Mombasa, Kilifi, Tana River, and Lamu. Lamu has the highest cover of mangrove forest, which is over 50%.
They are nursery grounds without equal.
The mangrove ecosystem basically protects the sea from erosion that emanates from the land, while at the same time protecting the terrestrial ecosystem from sea waves that often destroy the land that adjoins the sea. Therefore, mangroves form the first line of defense for our oceans.
The intricate root architecture of mangroves provides a protected, nutrient-rich habitat for juvenile fish, shrimp, crabs, and a vast array of marine species.
Even the big fish in the ocean, they get its food from the mangroves. The small fish breeds here, then they go to the deep sea, where they are also being consumed by the big fish, that is the food webs. So they play a very big role.
Research consistently shows that coastal fisheries are most productive where mangrove forests remain intact. Without the mangrove nursery, there can be no sustainable ocean harvests.
The crab and the oysters, hizi zote zinaishi ndani ya hii mikoko. So there's great need ya kuwa tutayarishe mikoko kwa wingi ili tuweze kuhaba both the crabs and the oysters. Very important katika tourism, the oysters bado ni chakula kwa hoteli, the crabs bado ni chakula kwa hoteli. So by us conserving inamaanisha tunaongeza income ya biashara zetu kwa hoteli.
The mangrove is not a boundary between land and sea. It is the living thread that stretches them together.
Kwa upande wa mikoko, mikoko hii inatusaidia kwa mambo mengi. 1, mikoko ni dawa. 2, mikoko tunatumia kwa ujenzi. 3, mikoko ni breeding site ya samaki. 4, mikoko tunapata asali. Asali yenye inatoka kwa mikoko ni mzuri zaidi, tena ni dawa kushinda asali zote zile. Sisi kama mama, baharini tunapata samaki, sisi ni traders. Samaki tunachukua, tunauza, tunajikimu kimaisha.
Ecotourism, carbon credit schemes, eco-charcoal from sustainable managed woodlands. These are the economic architecture of long-term forest conservation.
Kenya Forest Service is committed to conserving and protecting and even growing our mangrove ecosystem and carbon stock, not just for trade, but also to safeguard and secure the future of our generations.
The carbon sequestration capacity of mangrove is over 5 times that of a terrestrial forest.
Since 2012, we have been able to reduce an emission of over 30 tons carbon credits, and we have been able to generate an income of over $150,000, which is reinvested back to support community development projects.
No conservation strategy endures without the communities who live within and alongside the forest.
We work hand in hand with the community to do mangrove restoration by using a model called Adopt a Site, where we bring together the community, the environmental practitioners, and even the corporate institutions as a common goal to achieve the restoration targets. Under the Adopt a Site model, mostly we focus more on identifying the potential degraded sites that show good opportunities for restoration, and then we bring together corporate institutions who are willing to adopt a site, and then together now we are able to do restoration.
Kenya's coastal communities have coexisted with mangroves and coastal forests for generations.
In our work together with the KFS, we worked when the forest was actually highly degraded. Within our working area, among the achievements we've been able to do, we've been able to see that there is a lot of mindset change within the community, and also the community have been able to embrace a lot of conservation initiative within the forest ecosystem. We have been able to plant over 400,000 trees, and this one has been able to see more than 120 hectares of forests have been restored, and with that we mean it's a thriving forest whereby now the biodiversity has gone back to serve its only purpose. You can see there's a lot of bird nesting, there's a lot of fish catch around the area, and for us this is a very big achievement. In terms of how we have been working with the Kenya Forest Service, given that they are the managers of the forest, they have participated in very different activities. They have been doing trainings with the community to help us to coordinate partners who we work with around the area in the mangrove space. They support us in terms of resources, and we need some support from the officers. They do come. When we do training, we have very good foresters who we have been working closely with in matters of conservation of the forest. We have been able to set up a resource center. We're calling it the Mangrove Resource Center, which we got a lot of support from the Kenya Forest Service, and they managed to give us a special user license, which has been able to see us put that infrastructure in the mangrove. And this is an opportunity for the community and the general public to come and learn more about the forest, to learn also about the community restored forest, which is something we have done over time.
Today, multiple community forest associations operate across the Kenyan coast. They patrol against illegal logging, lead reforestation efforts, and develop sustainable livelihood enterprises that make the living forest more valuable than the felled ones.
When we invest in the communities, we actually invest in the mangroves that they protect. When the mangroves are protected, the ocean is therefore protected. The chain of stewardship runs from household to highland and from forest to the Indian Ocean.
So far we have 17 mangrove CFAs within the region, distributed along the 5 counties. And also we have a coordinating CFA, that is an umbrella, which is called the NAMCOFA, that is National Alliance for Mangrove Community Forest Associations. Yeah, and the chairman comes from Lamu.
Hii eneo ambao tuko hapa tumerehabilitate 34 hectares kutoka 2023. Kwa hivyo community wamechangamka, na sisi ni kwamba at least I'm happy myself every day. At least tuweza kuwa wanafanya tu kama kazi almost 100 people plus. Hata today tulipokuwa na kuja huko walikuwa nafanya hizo.
Nowadays we don't only plant the trees, but we make sure that we are nurturing the seeds by ensuring that the places that we have planted the trees, we fence them using the available materials, including the poles and the natural resources around these areas.
When a community's income rises from a healthy forest, the community becomes its most vigilant protector.
Tulipojua kwamba mikoko iko na faida, tukabidi tuanze kung'ang'ana sasa. Na saa hii sioni kwamba kuna mtu ambaye yuweza haribu, maana sisi wenyewe tayari twalinda. Na hii mikoko tangu nianze kupanda imenipa faida. Maana ikinunuliwa tukipewa pesa zetu huwa zanisongesha hatua kwa ajili ya watoto wangu shuleni.
The Kenya Forest Service has placed particular emphasis on the economic empowerment of women in coastal forest communities. Women are disproportionately dependent on forest resources for household livelihoods, and their leadership in community conservation has proven consistently transformative.
Around 10-30 members, 90% are women, which for me, I'm seeing an energy for scalability, because women, if they hold on something, they are very sincere compared to men, and they play an integral part in the economy as far as the rural communities are concerned.
The world's oceans are under siege. Rising sea surface temperatures are bleaching and killing coral reefs. Ocean acidification is dissolving the calcium structure upon which marine ecosystems depend. Sea level rise inundated low-lying coastal communities and eroding the mangrove margins that protect them. Intensifying storm systems are devastating coastal infrastructure. Kenya's Indian Ocean coastline is not immune.
In the National Mangrove Ecosystem Management Plan, it is estimated that at least 40% of the mangroves forest area are degraded.
Our coral reefs, among the most diverse in the Western Indian Ocean, face severe bleaching stress. Our coastal communities face displacement as sea levels creep higher. Our mangroves face increasingly erratic rainfall and saline intrusions.
Mangrove being found between the highest and the lowest tides towards the lands. In so many times we have seen sedimentation of these mangrove areas, specifically from farmlands adjacent the mangrove forest areas.
Kenya's interior forests face escalating pressure from a changing climate, altering rainfall patterns, more intense droughts, and the advance of invasive species. The forests that feed the ocean are themselves in need of protection.
Yeah, when it comes to restoration for this year, we have been planting approximately 6.5 million mangrove. The survival varies within the counties. Yeah, we have very good survival.
No nation conserves its way to a healthy ocean alone.
Actually, we have about not less than 20 partners who are supporting mangrove restoration. The 15 billion government agenda to achieve that percent of tree cover by 2032 is greatly contributed by these partners, because you know they are planting mangrove seedlings in our forests. This is a great contribution from those partners. They are also supporting the communities in terms of nature-based enterprises, and also giving them capacity, especially on governance, so that they can manage the mangroves much better.
The Kenya Forest Service operates within a broad architecture of regional and international partnerships.
I've been negotiating with partners, the Nature Conservancy and the Wetlands International East Africa, and the Global Mangrove Alliance Kenyan chapter, if they can facilitate some training for the foresters who will be trained as the TOTs, so that they can further train the communities on the restoration guidelines.
Kenya participates in the Western Indian Ocean Regional Marine Conservation Framework, and the Kenya Forest Service actively coordinates with Tanzania, Somalia, and the coastal states on transboundary forest and coastal ecosystem management. At this, our Oceans Conference, the Kenya Forest Service makes its commitments plain.
Towards the 11th Ocean Conference, we have been developing documents that shall be launched during that event. The three most important items within the document which are being stressed on is to protect half of the mangrove ecosystem, restore hot loss, restore half, and double protection.
That raindrop is still falling from a leaf in a forest that a ranger protected this morning, that a community planted last season, that a policy crafted with care and commitment kept standing when profit would have felled it. That raindrop will reach the Indian Ocean in its own time. And when it does, it will carry with it the accumulated stewardship of every person who chose against the easy path of short-term gain to protect the forest for the long-term good of all life on this planet.
It is our collaboration rooted in a shared conviction that the ocean's future depends on what all of us together choose to do with our forests. And we shall continue to demonstrate through our actions on the ground that development and conservation are not two competing goals.
Kenya's forests are alive, Kenya's ocean is worth saving, and Kenya's communities are ready to be the guardians that both deserve.
I welcome all the delegates to venture into our community-led ecotourism facilities and enjoy Kenya through those facilities that are developed by the communities who are part and parcel of the larger conservation agenda for our mangrove ecosystem.
The Kenya Forest Service. Trees for better lives. Forests for people. Forests for the future. Forests for the ocean.